Morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel, back with the Wandering Mariner. So I got a lot of emails, a lot of questions this last week about the national hiring freeze that President Trump has enacted. And this is a big drag on a lot of federal employees. But the good news is it does not affect CivMars. So if you are in the application or hiring process with Military Sealift Command, you don't need to worry. You are not going to be stopped from being hired. But one thing that is being kind of affected that affects CivMars, maybe not directly, but indirectly, is the return to work policy. And if you have been a remote worker, which a lot of detailers and so forth have, or you have been a telework employee, you have to return to office. And some have and some haven't. Now, there's a lot of legalities to all this. And over the next 30 days, OPM has put out that the plan is to return all the federal workforce back to office. Now, some federal employees don't even have offices, or they've been remote the whole time. So there's going to be a lot of growing pains and kind of getting back into that environment. And, part of this is being enacted to downsize the federal workforce. So I think that there will be a lot of people that may say, I'm close to retirement. I'm just going to retire. I'm not going back to work all the time. Or they moved and they're just going to end up quitting their job and reapplying for another one. There is protections for people with disabilities or people that have certain contracts with the government to work remote. So that may affect some of the detailers. It may affect some of the support people, but one thing I did want to talk about is the CivMars Support Center. Now, the CivMars Support Center is not federal employees. These are contractors that are hired by Military Sealift Command to kind of answer all these questions and forward it on to the proper people to address certain issues if it's kind of above what they can help you with and do for you. So the CivMars Support Center is open 24/7, 365. You guys can contact them with any kind of questions, whether you're a CivMar employee or even if you are a new hire or a prospective hire and need help with your application, or there's some questions that you have, you can contact them. Now, if you've ever called the CivMar Support Center, you know that there is an extremely long wait, and they will ask you, are you a current CivMar or are you applying? And you kind of get sent down one rabbit hole or the other. But with this, I think that if you're going to contact the CivMars Support Center, I recommend that you just leave your phone number right away and have them contact you back if that's available. Or email them if you need a paper trail. Sometimes the questions that you have, you want to have a receipt to what they said and so forth. So you're going to put that in an email and make sure it's cohesive and that they can understand what you're trying to say or the questions that you're trying to query. But the CivMars Support Center, after they help you out, they will send you a little email back saying thanks for contacting us. Share your feedback. If there is extreme waits on the phone, which we all know there is, make sure you leave that kind of feedback so maybe they can get more people or speed up the process at least to help out more CivMars and prospective employees. Got a really great note on one of my videos from Hamid. Hamid has left this and he says, hello, I just finished NEO and going through different training. I just wanted to mention that in one of our NEO classes, they mentioned this channel, which is awesome. And they showed us one of your videos. Thank you for your channel. I'm glad it's helpful to the people at NEO, and I hope it's helpful to you guys in your journey along this path to kind of get out there as a merchant mariner. And there's a lot of hurdles that go along with being a merchant mariner, and you can go online, you can hear all the good stories, and then you hear some of the horror stories. But I honestly feel that Military Sealift Command, although the process to get hired can be lengthy, when you're applying for Military Sealift Command, a lot of factors kind of go into it all. One, your current health status. So if you need additional testing or they want to see more information about you. Two, are your documents all together and done already? Do you have everything in order? That'll speed up the process because every time they need to send something back to you, you kind of go back and then you have to get everything and then So it slows down the process. Another aspect is, were you in the military before? If you were in the military before and you have a current security clearance, going through all that fingerprint security clearance aspect will be expedited a little bit because you already kind of cleared that hurdle. So, hiring can go anything from a couple of weeks to 6 months. So there's a long process when you go through the hiring stage. And then to get to NEO, get through all your training, to get to your first ship, you could be looking at quite a journey. So, but the reward of all that is worthwhile, in my personal opinion. Now, if you just want to have a job, then Military Sealift Command might not be for you because there is a lot of sacrifice in being a merchant mariner. You're going to be away from home a lot. You're going to, if you're a married guy, this is a lot to chew. And I just want to put that out there because, sometimes people get into it and they're like, well, deployment's over. I'm going to have all this time off. And I'm going to do a few more videos here shortly about some of the new policies that Military Sealift Command has come up with time off and rotations and reliefs and so forth. I already did previous videos, but I kind of want to update that a little bit because there has been some changes. But if you guys have been around here a while, I am no longer a CivMar. I am moving on with my life. We are moving to the Philippines. I just took a trip there October, November. Had a great visit, just another step along the way, and we have another one coming up here soon. So I'll document a little bit more about that as I go along too. So hopefully you guys get some value out of these videos. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll hit you on the next one. Peace.